cardiac arrest resuscitation when chest compressions are performed. CCF should be, ideally, greater than 80%. Healthcare.
My rock, my redeemer, my enemy for misdemeanors. Yeah, I feel like busting loose. I feel like busting loose. Yeah, yeah. Like King David, I'm a hot shoot, and I feel like busting loose. Here we go, here we go. I feel like busting.
All right, y'all. It's a work day. Oh, I forgot to turn on. So yes, it is a work day. I am going to make this nasty alternative coffee I have. I ran out of my teas. And I don't want actual coffee. When I take my nap tonight, I want to actually be able to take it. I need to start buying. Why isn't this thing working at all? Tracking, right? Hello? I should have started using this before the time passed to be able to return it. But anyways, yeah, I ran out of my teas. And I don't want actual coffee. So I'm gonna make this and take my bath, eat my food. I'm gonna head out a little early today because the weather is beautiful and I want to be able to experience it a little bit. I can't remember if I used 1 or 2 last time. I was not pleased. Alright, so for my work snacks, I have cheddar cheese. I have some grapes. I wish I had more, but I split my grapes in 2. And then I bought some nuts, some chocolate covered pretzels, and some pita chips. I feel like, do I think I'm gonna eat more? I don't know. Oh, y'all, look, I found this gum. It's supposed to be a remineralizing gum. I just started using it. Not sure if it would work in combination with my this little liquid I put on it. I guess I'll show that during beauty week. But I also like to give these to my patients. If you have a boy, I have the girl ones too. It's in my actual other little work baggie. This is like my lunch bag I use when I don't have to warm food. When I warm food, I use the one that I use for Shabbat. It's able to come. It's able to plug in and warm my food. I actually need another one because for some reason it is not working the same. Alright, well, the two bags look pretty dark. I'm gonna add some cream. My food is warming. By the time I finish taking a bath, hopefully my food is nice and warm. I don't want to overdo it. I can always turn it back on when turn it up when I get out the tub, because way too many times I burn my food. This probably won't burn, but it could mush my fish. Because I'll be doing too much, taking a bath, getting dressed, whatever, all that, while I'm letting food cook. Thank goodness my job have kosher food, because I definitely got hungry again through the night. Before I leave my home, I always say a quick prayer for safety.
Total yeah for everything, for all things, food, clothing, shelter, life, health, wealth, transportation. I pray I get to and from my destination safe and sound, accident-free, incident-free, ticket-free, fender bender-free, and obstacle-free. And before work, I add lanyard to it for a good shift. Just praying that everything goes well for the shift, because, baby, in this field, you definitely need the Most High's hands on you. Did you know some medications are derived from pigs, mice, horses, and other unclean animals? Well, there's a list online that you can find with medications permissible for those who do follow Leviticus 11. The list on star-k.org is listed from A to Z, and the list on consumer crckosher.org is listed in categories. I actually started on a list of the ingredients in of medications, ingredients that we should be avoiding, and medications that we should be avoiding or can take a while back, but I did not finish it. It's like long and boring, and I want to make it a little bit more understandable and easy to read so that I can put that out someday. Stay tuned. Okay, so night workers always snacking, either ordering out or bringing something for the unit to eat. I'm not always able to eat it because it's not kosher or clean, but sometimes I Google, see if I can eat it or order, and if I can, I definitely indulge. My loves, here's some hospital stay tips. So, when you are preparing to be in the hospital, do not pack a million bags. The hospital has the daily essential things that you need. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap. They have combs, but they're the itty bitty combs. So if you want to bring your own comb brush, you can. As far as the toothpaste is typically Colgate or some type of generic brand. So if you are picky, then yes, bring your own toothpaste. The towels now. Typically, hospitals do not carry face towels to wash your body with. They either have these disposable paper towels or little wipes. The wipes, I would say, don't really do the best job. So if you're planning to be in there for a few days, you might want to bring a face towel. If you're a germaphobe, you might even want to bring your drying towel and also a pillow slip and a sheet or your own blanket. Now that is if you are a germaphobe. I know I am, so if I was to go to the hospital knowing what I seen, I'm definitely bringing my own pillow slip and sheets, okay? I also would ask for the sandy wipes that's used to kill bacteria and double wipe the room. Because not all the time, the room was cleaned by somebody who actually did their job to the T. Now, back to what we need. The hospitals typically have lotions and Vaselines. As far as gowns, you can bring your own gown also if you're a germaphobe, but make sure it is a gown that has either the full front able to easily access or the full back. And the sleeves are easy to roll up or is able to unbutton. You also might want to bring your own water. Not always do the hospital have bottled water, and the water that comes from the machine is tap water. And you may want to bring your own snacks because sometimes at night the snacks are scarce or there's none. For my mamas having babies, y'all, there's no reason y'all need to have 5 bags full of things. Keep it minimal. Keep it the main things you're going to need. You might want to bring wipes, but the hospital have diapers, and they're not going to be able to wear all those clothes. What you do need is the car seat. And last but not least, do not get offended by all of the questions the doctors, the nurses, administration is going to ask you. We have to ask everybody that and ask questions. You have a right to your own care.
I cannot stress enough to people to know what's going on with their body.
Health is wealth. And lately, I definitely can vouch for Trader Joe's frozen dinners.
The ingredients is typically healthy and typically clean when you get the vegetarian or vegan meals. Shalom, y'all. It's prep day. I am behind per usual. I did not get a chance to finish week 1 and have that out today. And I don't even know when that's gonna happen because I'm still working on what I was working on for the past for forever. But today is prep day and I'm limited on time. I am going to start prepping my dinner that I think I'm gonna just throw everything in the oven. That is my go-to on Fridays. Let it cook itself in the oven. I did forget. I went to court this morning about a freaking ticket and forgot that I needed to stop by the store that was literally up the street from the courthouse. So I might go back and get that because I'm making this roasted root recipe that I really like. It's with sweet potatoes, and beets. And it's so good. But I don't have any beets. So I think the store up the street from my house has beets. Because if I don't do the beets, I don't know if that even is going to be enough for as much as the food I have. Let's see, I have chicken that I can possibly eat this for 3 days. Definitely 3. Yeah, I think this will be enough for 3 days. 1, 2, yeah. If I have 4 pieces of wings each day, I can stretch it and do 3 wings each day, have it for 4 days, but the wings be good. So I probably do 4. We'll see though. I'll see. Anyways, I did not talk as much as I wanted to, but hopefully y'all get the point of what my nursing is. I did want to mention some things that if I'm editing this and I notice, I probably just put up a blank screen or put up some pictures to educate you guys on some things that I feel people should know about going to the hospital and their rights. This is Patient's Bill of Rights and Responsibilities, the state.gov, your Bill of Rights as a patient. Because this is another thing that I always stress to people. I'm going to put on my serious voice. I think most people know they have a right to free care, but it's not just the right to free care. You have a right to be treated with dignity and respect by each Med Help Unit staff member. Okay? No discrimination. We all know that by now. Easy to understand information. Okay? So when the big words start flowing and you feel like you're stuck in the bind, you feel like, okay, they standing in my face, they want answers. Okay, well, look, I'm here, I trust you. Look, you have a right to say, give me a second. Come back. Okay? You have a right. If you feel like something ain't right, or you just don't understand, you want to look into it, then come back with more questions, whatever. You have a right before you sign a consent. You have a right if a person have an attitude because you have questions or because you need a second to ask for someone else. So you can find this online. I'm not going to dwell on it, but I did want to get that out. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm done. I'll show you guys my dinner. Tonight, I'm going to just continue working on some things that I've been working on and off for some time. That's what I typically do on Shabbat. And I'm saying a million times because, yeah, it's crunch day and I need to get going. So later. Wait, y'all. This corn, I didn't even touch. It just tasted so different. I was not expecting that taste. It definitely, I can see that they make grits out of this. I can see them like drying it out and then grinding it to become grits because it does have like very much so starchy taste, texture. Like the texture is kind of different than regular, not kind of, it is different than regular corn. So I did not indulge in that. What's this? I guess Spanish culture knows what to do with it. Okay, bye now. Okay, y'all. So I post a lot my cooking videos. I know people probably be wondering, is this a cooking channel? Did she change her content to cooking? No, I have always been all about you are what you eat, and I have always advocated for checking your ingredients and eating healthier, eating wild caught instead of farm raised, eating brown instead of white, eating raw instead of refined, and all of the other little tips that I give. I've been doing this since my Instagram stories, and even when Instagram had IGTV very popular. It's just my way of being a healer from a distance. I strongly believe in you are what you eat. If you eat trash, you are going to be trash. Sorry, not sorry, but your body needs some type of attempt of preventative measures. So throughout your life, if you eat with good intentions, eat in moderation. I definitely push moderation, because I'm not going to say go on a diet. I never was that type of nurse. I'm also not going to be unrealistic and act like people will never eat their favorite thing again. So my goal has always been to teach my patients how to eat their favorite things in a healthier way. And so that's what I do in my shorts. I kind of try to show the meals that I cook. That's our, typical favorite meals, but in a healthier way. Sometimes you may have to just do something as simple as taking away the normal white sugar and replacing it with raw sugar, taking away the normal table salt and replacing it with a healthier sea salt. These are things if you just don't have diabetes or high blood pressure, but these little adjustments that you can make in life that will help you out in the long run. I'm not saying I am the most healthiest person in the world. I would never say that. However, I do eat with intentions. I value my body, and I would like to see more people value their body as well. All of these artificial foods, I always say, if you look at the ingredients and you can't pronounce something, you have no clue what it is, why would you want to put it in your body? Like, love yourself a little bit more than that. Also, if you Google it, because sometimes some things you may not know what it is because it is the scientific name for a natural ingredient. So that's different, but typically what's going to be healthy and what's not. A typical junk food definitely not going to have some scientific name for a healthy natural ingredient versus a healthy snack pack. You may not know the name. You Google it and you will probably see that it is actually another name for almond or some shit like that. Anyways, hopefully you get my point. There's a method to my madness. In my little head, everything comes together full circle. So no, I am not changing my page to a cooking channel. This is all what I believe in. This is who I am. Me sharing my healing abilities with you guys by just trying to show you all how to eat healthier. And what automatically comes with that is eating a little bit more bougier, when you want to have some bougie meal ideas for guests or something like that. Because with eating healthier, you're going to be more health literate, and health literacy usually comes with higher class people. So you won't find the typical foods that the common people may eat. You may have ingredients that might cost a little bit more, be a little more costly. Unfortunately, healthier means more expensive because they the common people to have healthier access to healthier foods, but where there's a will, there's a way, and there's a way to even make, you know, healthier meals with reasonable, affordable ingredients as well. So if you have been following me and liking my cooking videos, I hope you actually like, comment, share, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe and stay tuned for more. Next week, I'm actually going to focus on food. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about health literacy and cooking healthier and making it actually taste good and edible, desirable. This meal, like I say on Fridays, I typically like to cook in the oven because I'll be doing other things before Shabbat. So the oven is the easiest to just throw everything in there and let it cook itself. I am making a root mix like I mentioned before. Typically it goes with beets, fresh herbs, but I'm using dry herbs and I'm using what I have, which is potatoes and sweet potatoes. I threw some onions in there. The garlic is for my broccoli rabe, which I'm not going to show because my camera died, but I sauteed the broccoli rabe down with olive oil, salt, pepper. I actually think I used the Creole or Cajun mix with a little bit of broth to, you know, maintain it from not burning the garlic. The rest of this root mix, these are some of the ingredients that I put in it. This was my first time actually putting some cinnamon, and it did turn out good, so I was not disappointed. I figured it would go with that. Again, I typically use fresh herbs. As far as health-wise, my go-to is fresh. Fresh is always better, especially if you get it from a farmer's market or definitely organic. It's better than a supplement. A lot of people take these supplements not realizing a supplement is supplementing the original. So if you get it from the primary source, then why take a million supplements in a day? Not saying not to take no supplement at all, but be careful with the supplements as well, because some of those supplements is just for marketing, just for money, and you may not even be actually getting any benefits from it. So research on the supplements that you buy, make sure it is actually organic, natural, and then also consider adding more fruits and vegetables and minerals and all of that good stuff into your actual diet so that you can get the primary source and not a supplement. Keep in mind, organic versus GMO. Organic or farm raised is better than GMO, because GMO you have to eat like 10 times more to actually get nutrients from it. Last but not least, I vouch for listening to your body. Certain periods of the week, the month, the year, the season, whatever, the time period in our lives, the stages of growth, we need different things. So if you are in tune to your mind, body, and spirit, you will be able to hear when your body is talking to you. I always encourage my patients to be confident in speaking up for themselves and, you know, letting us know what they're feeling, because you could tell us about your body before we can. And that's like a part of listening to your body. Like, your insides is going to be the first that tells you something is wrong inside. So we just be ignoring it. But to be in tune with yourself, you're going to pay attention to it. But look at this oven meal. Oh my goodness, it was so good, y'all. Sometimes I just be like, whew, my food be so good. I can't even lie. I wish I could taste it. Anyways, bye. Alright, y'all. So, of course, I had leftovers for Shabbat. I be forgetting about to say my prayers. But, yeah, I indulged in this delicious meal for Shabbat. I also did some studying. When I'm at home doing my own studying, I'm working on 3 to 4 different things throughout the past few years. I actually been working on since pretty much came into this way of life. But just on and off, because there were periods I was going out to services, and then sometimes I venture off and do something else. But the main things I've been working on, like I mentioned earlier, I started on an ingredients list. The ingredients list is food and medication. I also started my own little commandment list. I started to write it for myself when I first came in this way of life, but eventually I will put it out there for other people. It's not all of the 613, but it's just the ones that we can abide by today and how we could abide by it today. And I have two other projects that I won't mention yet. Shalom.
I want to sing. He gives me life. I won't survive without my